Hey, what's up guys? Drew here over at RevHiker Outdoors, and I'm out for a family hike today. I got my ribs packed, just got some real basic stuff. Just a short day hike. It's about 2 miles each way. We're doing Black Bear Mountain up in, it's like the foothills of the Adirondacks, you could say. It's up past Old Forge, past Eagle Bay. So anyway, doing a great hike, and got my girls with me and my brothers with me today. And we're just doing a little hike, and today I'm gonna be reviewing a water filter for you. So stick around. All right guys, so the filter that I'm gonna be reviewing, and you know, I just realized that my hat was tipped up, so you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Even though I look like a clown. So anyway guys, I'm reviewing the Renovo Survivalist. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know that I reviewed some of the Renovo prototypes. I got them before production. Well, they had a very successful Kickstarter campaign. Oh, we got some, speaking of water, we got some stuff here. So they had a good Kickstarter campaign. You guys just go that way. And they released several products that came off of that prototype. And I got the Survivalist, and it's about 50 bucks retail, you know, depending on where you look. I think last I checked, it was MSRP was like $49.99. So some places you can find them cheaper. I'll throw some links in the description for you guys. But there's a lot of things about this filter that I really like. So first off, it's a regular filter like a Sawyer. You know, it'll take out your, you know, microorganisms and stuff like that, and takes out cryptosporidium, all that stuff. Just a hollow fiber filter, as is very common now. But also, it has like 3 stages, and they all click together. It's like a modular filter. So if you're in an area where you don't need to worry about anything else, you can just take that, just a little piece. And I'll roll in some clips of me using it and stuff like that so you guys can see. But basically, the thing is great because it'll do your normal stuff, then it'll do chemicals and some heavy metals, and it'll do the taste because it's got a carbon component. And all these pieces are modular, and you can pick them up as you wear them out, and they last for varying amounts of water. You know, obviously your heavy metals and that kind of stuff is going to last the least, and the hollow membrane is going to last nearly forever. So anyway, this thing is nice because it comes with a bunch of different attachments. It comes with a hose, comes with some other little things. You can use it like a life straw because it comes with the cap that will click on. You can use it like you can do gravity feed with it, like you can with the Sawyers. You can use it like a straw with the long tube, like I said. And it's also got pre-filters on there if you're pulling out a really dirty stuff. So I really like this filter. It's pretty light. The exact number right now is escaping me, but I think if you took all 3 pieces, I think it's like the whole shebang is under 6 ounces for all the pieces that they send with it. You definitely don't need to pack it that heavy. And I just like it because you can take just a small piece and have it down like 2 ounces, or you can take all 3 and have protection literally like wherever you are. And it comes with a bunch of different caps and fittings that screw into the end to make it so that you can use it inline with like a hydration pack, if that's your style. Or you can, like I said, you can do gravity feed, or you can do life straw style. You can screw it right onto the top of bottles. So any standard thread it's going to work with. It works with the Sawyer bags that I already had. So I like it because it works with a lot of other things. It's pretty universal. All right, guys. So I'm out here hiking Black Bear Mountain, like I said, and I've been trying to test this Renovo Survivalist, and unfortunately I've come to the conclusion that if I had to survive with it, I might be in some real trouble. I'm gonna roll some shots in here, and I normally don't do bad reviews, you know, if I don't really like something or if it has a problem, I usually just shy away from it. But I used the prototype for this thing and it was great. And maybe I just got one that's defective. I'm gonna have to contact Renovo and see about it. But this thing, like I'll show in the clips here. Basically, when I tried to connect my Sawyer bag to it, which it has the threads for, and it has the threads for my smart water bottle, it started squirting out around one of the little click locks. Now, when you put this thing together, including the little attachments at the end for threading in different things, it's just like a little quarter turn lock. And maybe I just got a bad O-ring on one or something, but when I put any kind of pressure on it, it just started squirting out, and you'll clearly see it in the video. So this thing kind of, for me, it failed, and so I'm a little disappointed because honestly, I threw it, look, I broke one of my cardinal rules. So I always say test it before you trust it. And I didn't test this with a bag before I came out onto the trail. Now, this is a short trail, and water's not, at a premium here. It's like, it's a short ways back to the car. It's only 2 miles each way. But had this been like a real trip and this thing took a dive, I would have been in some real trouble. And this kind of reminds me of like my experience with the E-Tech City filter that I used on my Northville Placid hike. That worked. It didn't break apart, but it just slowed down so much that it was nearly unusable. I tried this. The only time I tried this thing was as a life straw type with the little cap end, and I tried sucking water through it, and it seemed to do okay there, but I don't know what happened between now and then, but using it with a bag was certainly not a good experience. So I guess for me, I'll probably end up sticking with my Sawyer filters, which I've got a range of those, and I haven't had one of those let me down yet. So anyway, guys, this thing, here's my biggest disappointment, is that this thing had a lot of promise, because with the 3 different stages, it took care of, like the bacterias and the cryptosporidium and the giardia and all that stuff, microorganisms, and it took care of chemicals and heavy metals, and there's a lot of really good things about this. But unfortunately, a product can look great on paper and just not come out so great in practice. So unfortunately, I didn't have a good experience. I'm gonna contact them and find out if mine was just defective, and kind of see what they say about it. But anyway, guys, unfortunately, that is my somewhat negative review of the Renovo Survivalist. I was really looking forward to it to be a good review and a good filter. I was excited about it, actually. I took this thing on my trip to India, and thank God I didn't need it out there, because we were able to source good bottled water for the whole trip. But man, I just disappointed, but glad that I found the flaw on a short trip rather than a long trip. So anyway, guys, that's I guess that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching. As always, guys, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. God bless you as always, and stick around after the video for a little bonus footage. All right, guys, so now that the video the main part is over, I want to continue on with my new tradition of just giving you guys something encouraging. So I do love climbing mountains, and I don't get to do it as much as I used to, and I don't have the passion to bag as many peaks as I used to, but every time I get out here, it makes me think. And you go through all these valleys on the way to get to the mountaintops, and if you're doing multiple mountains in a row, you go up and down and up and down and up and down, and it just kind of makes me think about life and how life really is, and how all the stuff we do is a series of mountains and valleys, and the mountaintop can be great, and it is great, and it's a beautiful view. But when you start to get on tall mountains, you'll notice that either nothing up there grows at all, or there's very little growth. But the valleys have huge trees and lots of growth and everything's fertile. So just reminds me that our life with God is the same way. And when we go through the hard times is where we learn the most. When we're going through the valleys, we can learn a lot and we grow a lot from experience and pain and the stuff that we go through. And the mountaintops are a great reward for making it through that, but we don't grow as much. There's not as much growth up there. It's just a good experience. Where we really grow is in adversity, in the valleys. So I want to encourage you guys, maybe you're going through a valley right now. Maybe you're going through something really tough. I want to encourage you to just hang on and keep going and understand that God can use it to grow you and to make you prosper. So anyway, guys, God bless. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you. I'm praying for you guys. If you need help or you want to talk about something, email me, RevHiker@yahoo.com, or get me on Instagram @RevHiker. God bless, guys.